I would like to impinge upon the processes of science. We know that modern scientific method, which is also called hypothetical deductive method, in which at first we identify a problem, then we formulate hypotheses. Where hypotheses are not possibility, we try to frame research questions. We construct tools, or we use tools already developed. We collect data, analyze data, and make interpretations and inferences in results. This process is used by natural sciences, social sciences, almost all disciplines. It is not that natural sciences is having a different process. They go through the same process. Another question is that in modern age, or you can say one of the important features of the modern age is scientism. In addition to fraternity, secularism, etc. This scientism is very important feature of the modern period. And in scientism, we say that we get objective solution of a problem using scientific process. The solution which is objective is not based upon, it's not put to any subjectivity. But in postmodern period, scientism itself is being challenged. In postmodern period, it is supposed that science is being used or manipulated in the way the vested groups like. For example, the same oil is very beneficial for you according to one research, and it is harmful for your heart or for you anyway, according to another research. If scientific knowledge is objective, how it is possible? The same oil, according to one research, is beneficial, according to another research is harmful. Actually, science is being utilized as the industrial horses like. It means science is being manipulated and its objectivity is lost in postmodern period. Here one question, here we can raise one question. Then what is knowledge? Knowledge is not something which comes automatically. It needs advocacy. Tribes living in jungles, suppose a Baga tribe living in jungles of Madhya Pradesh, explored various relationships of the human being or different components of the nature. They have prolonged experiences. But that doesn't form knowledge, because the knowledge acquired by Baga tribe through their experiences does not find any advocacy in the society. You can take another example. You might be knowing, we all know Gregor Mendel, father of genetics, his important contribution, law of inheritance. That could not become the part of the knowledge until three foremost scientists of that time reached the same conclusion, so as to Mendel. Even Mendel could not see in his lifetime that he was a great scientist. So uh, it is without doubt, it is beyond doubt that knowledge needs advocacy. Now I'm coming to pedagogy because it's very pertinent, very important. Our teachers believe that knowledge would be constructed in PhD classes or during research at PhD level, MPhil level, or you can say at least at MA level. Whereas knowledge can be constructed by the children from where they start. Knowledge can be constructed in preschool and primary schools too. Constructivism is the talk of the day. We wanted constructivist classroom. The students will construct their knowledge, their own knowledge, and teachers should be mere facilitator. But suppose your students come to a particular solution. There is a problem, you raised a problem, or they raised a problem, and you devise certain method. Suppose they walked around a problem, they discussed, collected evidence, and finally they come with certain explanation. And that explanation does not match with the book's explanation given in the book, what you call standard explanation. And suppose the similar answer he or she writes in his her book during the examination, he or she writes during the examination in her answer sheets. Suppose the answer is logical, it appears to you that it is logically correct. They have given every logic to prove a particular point. You don't find any fault with that, but it doesn't match with the knowledge you know, or that your book suggests, or you suggest. What you will do? You will give him or her a big zero. Here lies your fault. If a student or group of students construct knowledge, you will advocate that knowledge, provided you find it logical, you find adequate evidences, you find what you call convincing explanation. That is part of knowledge. And at least for that purpose, for the purpose of your classroom, for the purpose of that institution, or for the purpose you are meddling with the situation, you can take it as knowledge. And if teacher will start certifying the knowledge of these students, knowledge created by these students, you will see our classrooms will turn into constructivist classroom, and students will not be dependent upon you for transfer of knowledge. Instead, they will try to find out, they try to create their own knowledge. Or once you accept the proposition that students at any level can create knowledge, your role becomes more challenging. It never means that a student will construct knowledge and the role of the teacher will become what you call irrelevant. It is not there. Teacher's role will become most challenging. because you have to create an environment where students will create knowledge, and creating this environment is very difficult task. You will have to work day and night, and along with the students your thinking process will be regenerated. Education without what you call an education which compels or forces the students, does not forces the students, or does not prepares, rather prepares the students to think, has hardly any use. You might be knowing a lot of people who have studied in very coveted institutions of the country like IITs, IIMs. What do these institutions do? First thing I would like to say that in our country, knowledge is a certification. Your earning, your command of the resources depends upon the knowledge, upon the degrees you are having. If you are higher degrees, you might have better command over the resources. And another thing is that from where you have got this degree. If you've got from important or coveted institutions like IITs, like IIMs, like TISS, like JNU, like TU, or some important or good universities, then you will have better command over the resources. Your knowledge is not coined in terms of your creativity, what you can create. You'll be strange to know that IITians are the biggest failures of this country because the curriculum they have been discharged, that has nothing to do with a context. Now actually we are going into nothing to do with the context. If you change the context, these IITians easily become, what you can say, when context changes, they are unable to perform. Why they are able to perform better in what you call in multinationals or corporate sectors? Because these sectors work on the principles of the Western countries, and they have been discharged the curriculum of those countries only. Have you seen any innovation in the IIT from the Indian context? There is nil. Taking our resources, taking our needs, taking our context, their delivery is zero. Most of the innovations or most of the knowledge domain in this country has come from the common universities, which has been neglected throughout. Actually, instead of pedagogy or pedagogy of recreation, pedagogy of regeneration, generating knowledge by our students, we follow the test regimes. And this testing regime is keep on increasing in this neoliberal era, where education is taken as a commodity. People believe in data, number of schools, number of computers, number of classrooms, number of toilets, this and that. Of course, infrastructure and numbers are important. But numbers are not only important things. there is something more important than the numbers. There might be an institution striving for better conditions. They may they such there are institutions having poor infrastructure, but they create students having better learning outcome than the institutions with big names. You can't measure everything in terms of numbers. And another thing is that planning is so faulty in this country that if education is in a shabby state, its basic reason is that we can't plan and strategize things as per our context, as per our need, as per our resources, whether human and physical. This knack, what is this knack? Knack is absolutely absolutely bogus planning for assessment and evaluation of our institutions. How you can assess all the institutions on 7 characteristics in the same fashion? Even an idiot having little knowledge, even idiot or having little knowledge in evaluation can very easily say evaluation is not possible without context. If a particular thing may be very important in American setup, and that may be unimportant for our setup. So I don't know. Day and night we are talking of evaluating the institutions. For what? The whole time is gone into evaluating the institutions, making fake data, making fake things, just to project that our institution is excellent. There is no serious effort to make the institution excellent. We have emphasis on making to installing cameras, to installing biometrics by various agencies, but we have no emphasis on changing ambience of the classroom, to making it excellent, at least reasonable, to having good sitting arrangement, having better walls, having better presentation facilities. This is not in priority area. But what is priority? High-ups will see what you are doing. So it's not my responsibility. If I'm a teacher or we are a teacher, we can only change the situation. No other can change the situation, rather they can spoil the situation. Just passing orders, this way, do that. And in fact, I say that teacher must rise against the situation. Otherwise, your education system will end up unnecessary bureaucratic interference. The bureaucracy having no knowledge of evaluation, no knowledge of CBCS. Now you see the CBCS curriculum of Bihar. What is this? This is a mockery. Adding 1 or 2 papers in the name of the skill. CBCS. CBCS means you have a high number of alternative choices. There should be more flexibility. If you complete a paper over here, need not to do that at else place. So there may be that type of interlinking. Suppose a person is doing MA in politics. He might be doing one paper in pedagogy, and that paper he will do from the Department of Education or training colleges. or teacher education institutions. It is not that that pedagogy will be taught in his institution or her institution. This strange definition of CBCS, mockery. And you see the authorities of the universities, like academic council, never take the thing seriously. Never a curriculum is dissected. In fact, we never make curriculum, we make syllabus, just contents. Curriculum is a holistic concept. There must be thought out objectives of each and every paper. There must be contents. There must be processes, how to discharge those contents. All these make a curriculum. And curriculum planning is not such an easy task. It might take 5 to 6 months if you seriously do that. If you deliberate again and again. But it's very strange thing. One is bureaucrat, one has done from IIT, one has done from this institution, one has done from that institution. They only know, they only have the knowledge base, others are fools. I have no doubt to say that. It is our duty to save the education, and without saving the education, you can't promote anything. Even on this science day, you can't save science. You're making all the people a crammer, pass a particular examination. Either school education, or university education, the bureaucratic interference is leading to a great what you call hindrance in the development of the system itself. Until you kick out them from the system, this way or that way, it might need movement. Sometimes you can't do it that way. Or these people have very much limitations. Once you face them, they will go away. They don't have guts to face. Or teachers who are the change agent of the country. No people can rise above the status of a teacher. This dictum or this quote of Kothari Commission is important for all. But they wanted to make the teacher what you call powerless. If they are powerless, then these people working on superstructures can easily manipulate the situation. We are structures. We never allow the people sitting on the fence to take the take a grip of the situation. So on this science day, science is a process. This education for science, it means education for making you rational, education for making you empowered, education so that you can raise questions. So education for science means you can rise against the exploitation. You cannot speak for yourself only. You can speak for the poor. You speak for the downtrodden, and you stand against the excessage and exploitation. Thank you.